running.
There he is, blood, gore, intense, violent, nudity. Just want to make sure my audio is okay.
Hey everyone!
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome back to another tabletop adventure here at Digital Woods. Today we're jumping into a very small point game, but we kind of wanted to hammer one out really quickly. I'm running Grey Knights,
Yes.
First time they're coming out on the field.
And I'm going to be running Thousand Suns.
Because he was scared about the amount of smites I could bring.
Yes. And we're going to try a Psychic Guys versus Psychic Guys, because why not?
Yeah. So, jumping straight into the armies, and we'll get to the action as quick as possible.
Yep.
See you in a bit.
Alright, so here's my 501 point of Thousand Suns. First off, I guess I'll start off with my Warlord, who's going to be Ahriman. He's got all of his standard kit, because I can't change what he brings. And his Warlord trait is going to be his own Warlord trait of Otherworldly Prescience. His psychic powers are going to be Smite, of course, Glamour of Tzeentch, Tzeentch's Firestorm, and Weaver of Fates, which I'm going to later get rid of and then replace with Gaze of Fate, which is just better. Next down the line is going to be a Sorcerer, who's bringing along a Force Sword, who is going to swap out for the Seer's Bane, a really, really nice sword. He's also going to be bringing a Plasma Pistol, and his psychic powers are going to be Smite, Boon of Change, and Temporal Manipulation. Next, I'm going to have a group of 10 Rubric Marines, 8 of which are going to be carrying Inferno Bolt Pistols. 1 is going to be bringing a Soul Reaper Cannon, and 1 is going to be your standard Aspiring Sorcerer, who's carrying a Force Stave and an Inferno Bolt Pistol. His psychic powers are Smite, again, and Weaver of Fates. And lastly, I'm going to be bringing 1 group of 10 Chaos Cultists, just to flesh out my list. And that's going to be my group of, and that's going to be my army.
Okay folks, here we go with my 491 points of Grey Knights. I'm running a patrol detachment. It is going to be led by Grandmaster Valdus, however you pronounce his name. He will be my Warlord, and he is going to have the Warlord trait Lore Master, because that's the one he's forced to take. For his psychic powers, I gave him Purge Soul, Hammer Hand, Gate of Infinity, and Sanctuary. Moving on to my troop choice, it is a 7-man strike team. I have 5 Halibers in that squad, 1 Warding Stave, 6 Storm Bolters, and 1 Side Cannon. And for their psychic power, they'll have Astral Aim. Moving on to my last model, I have a Paladin Ancient. He will have himself the Banner, a Storm Bolter, and a Falchion. And I will be upgrading him with a relic, the Banner of Refining Flame. And for his psychic power, he will have Vortex of Doom. And that is going to be my 491 points of Patrol Detachment of Grey Knights. Alright, so here we are deployed for our No Mercy game. We just decided to go with a No Mercy because it'd be nice and simple for a 500-point game. I won the roll-off and I picked Search and Destroy as the game type. We've yet to roll to see who gets to go first, but Grey Knights on one side, Thousand Suns on the other. Pretty simple objective. 1 victory point for each enemy unit you wipe out. Slay the Warlord, First Blood, Linebreaker are in effect.
All the standards.
See who murders each other the best game.
Yay! Murder fight.
Alright, so yeah, that's that. I guess we roll to see who goes first.
I guess.
Finished deploying first, so I got a +1 on that. 2.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So I would go first. Do you want to attempt it or not? Or
Seize.
not seize?
Yes, I'd like to attempt to seize. No. Alright.
One of the rare chances or rare occurrences, I go first.
It's been steadily going more your favor recently.
Recently. Maybe I'm getting better, or maybe it's just dice.
Yeah, it's just decided to start even out.
Maybe, I don't know. Either way, Thousand Suns turn 1. Alright, so Thousand Suns turn 1. I basically just had everything move up. It's total movement. No one advanced. Yeah, that's basically it. And then on to Psychic Phase, where I'm pretty sure everyone's just going to smite. But before all that, I'm going to be using a command point for Chaos Familiar for my, I believe, Ahriman, who is changing Weaver of Fates to Gaze of Fate. So that, because it's just better.
Yeah, it's just
Yay, free rerolls. Alright, so starting off the Psychic Phase with Ahriman using Gaze of Fate. So it's normally a warp charge of 6, but because Ahriman has the Arch Sorcerer of Tzeentch, I get it on a 5-up.
Okay, just double
Are
checking.
you in line to deny?
Oh, yeah, I was just double checking.
Okay, so I pop on a 5. 8. Which would be a 9.
So I need a 10, but I got a +1. And I got a 10. No, sorry.
That's a 7.
That's an 8. I will command point. No. It's just Gaze of Fate, so no. No, I'm not going to do that yet.
Alright, so Gaze of Fate goes off. I now have a free non-command point reroll. However, I have used a command point.
Yes.
Alright, after that, he is going to be using Tzeentch's Firestorm on really the only group that he can see. Is that group of 7.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a standard warp charge 7, but with his +1, a 6. And I just get it with that 6. No,
you need to roll a 6 with the... It's a 7 down to a 6 because of your +1.
Yes.
You rolled a 5.
I rolled a 5.
It's a 7 down to a 6 because of your +1. You rolled
You're
a 5.
right. Okay, I was doing multiple layers of...
Trying to get multiple bonuses. No.
Yep, sorry. That was bad math.
You do have a Gaze of Fate, so you only need a 2 on that.
Yeah, I'll reroll the 1 specifically with the Gaze of Fate reroll.
Yeah. Got a 2.
Got it too. So it's going to be real easy for you to deny.
Yes. Deny attempt. Yeah, I did it with.
Yeah, that's a 9.
That is a total of a 10.
Total of a 10.
Yep.
Get back in line. Don't stand on
so
his
far, I've
base.
used 2 of his 3 denies.
All right, fair enough. And lastly, he's just going to smite that group.
Okay.
So standard smite. No.
Even with the +1.
No.
Do you want to spend a command point to reroll?
Absolutely not.
Okay, fair enough.
Next up is going to be the Sorcerer. So the Sorcerer is going to be casting first Boon of Mutation, which is a which is a Warp Charge 7. Just got it.
Alright, deny coming in.
Yep.
Losing up Validus's last one. And that is a total of a 6. So no, I do not stop it.
Sweet. So yeah, Boon of Mutation table. What do I get? A 6. Esoteric Insight. Add 1 to any psychic test.
So now he now gets +2. No, +1.
+1. Just +1.
Yep. Alright, fair enough.
So, sweet. And I'll use that +1 for a smite into that group of silver men. And I get it with a 9.
Total of a 10.
Total of a 10.
Alright. I'll use my Ancients deny. I got a 12.
Ah. And I think lastly, I'm just going to throw a smite from my Aspiring Sorcerer. I think he can only cast the 1.
Yeah, he can only do 1 power.
So, smite. Wait.
He has Smite and Weaver of Fate, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just remember, he has only baby version of Smite. He only does 1 damage on a 5 and D3 if he gets an 11 or better.
Well, either way, it'd be any amount of damage during this psychic phase.
Fair enough.
No.
And he has no bonuses.
Nope. So, at least I got Gaze of Fate and Boon of Mutation. So,
You already used the Gaze of Fate special.
yep. But at least I got it off.
Yes.
Alright, so that's it for Psychic Phase. Just now on to shooting. Alright, so starting off the shooting phase with this group of Chaos Cultists that are just going to fire in with all 10 of their auto guns. So 10 shots hitting on 4s. And once again, I panned the camera, but once again, the only group that they can see.
Yeah, because the other two are characters.
Yes. So I missed once.
It's a solid roll.
And they're going to be wounding on 5s. 3 possible wounds.
3 up saves, because they're basically Space Marines. So
Nice. Next in the shooting phase is going to be the group of Rubik Marines, firing into that same group. They've got 8 shots starting out, all hitting on 3s. 2 misses, and then wounding on 4s. With 4 possible wounds. At AP -2.
Yep.
So whatever invols or better save.
Their 3 up becomes a 5 up.
Ah, okay.
Well, I didn't have a chance to cast my invol stuff yet.
Fair enough.
So 3 up armor becomes a 5 up armor, which looks like 2 are going to go down. So I'll take warding stave and 1 of the glaives.
Oh, I was actually under the impression that they had...
No, these are just regular, basically Space Marines.
Ah, okay. And then it's going to be 4 shots from the Soul Reaper Cannon. So next is going to be the Soul Reaper Cannon, who is going to be firing 4 shots, hitting on 3s because all is dust. And... woo! 1 miss. 3 hits. Oop, get back here. And then wounding on 3s. With 2 possible wounds. At AP -3.
So 6 up save. Nope, that's 2 more.
The only other gun in that puddle is a pistol, which I do not believe is in range. Let me check the rest of my army, and then I think I'm done shooting. Yep, after a quick look on ranges, I am done with my turn, because nothing else is in range. So that's it for Thousand Suns turn 1. On to...
Make morale.
Oh, morale?
Yeah, I lost 4 guys from the unit.
Fair enough.
So leadership 8 down to 4. And I can re-roll because they show no fear. So 4. I lose 2 more. So it's just the leader left in that unit.
All right.
Alright, turn 1 movement for the Grey Knights with suffering massive losses. Just moving up, getting in position to do some psychic powers and charge, maybe get some shots then. And speaking of which, let's move on to psychic powers. The only thing Quick did, actually measuring him out for getting into the psychic phase, realized he's really out of range for stuff, so I advanced him, only got a 1 inch, so he's just in range.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and start with him, and he's going to go ahead and put Purge Soul on that unit.
Ugh.
It is a Warp Charge 5 to manifest. And I got it with a total of 8.
Alright. I will attempt to deny with Ahriman. So I get a +1 to this.
I got an 8.
Do I have to beat yours?
You have to beat it.
Alright, so yours goes off.
Alright. So now we roll 1 dice and add the highest leadership from the unit. I have a 9. And I think yours is a 5? Or a 6 for your champion. I think it's the 6 with the...
I think it's a 6.
Yeah. So I've got a 9 plus a d6, and you have a 6 plus a d6. So I got a total of a 10, you got a total of a 9. You lose 1 model.
Bleh.
1 mortal wound.
You.
1 mortal wound. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and put Sanctuary on that from Valios. So, casting Sanctuary. He perils. So he's going to take D3 mortal wounds. It's a Warp Charge 6 to cast. So he's got it. Do I spend a command point to make him not perils? I kind of have to because I'm out of wounds.
I guess, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, he didn't peril, but I only got it with an 8, so you can deny it.
I will attempt to deny with Aramon again. He's got 2 more. Sorry, 1 more after this for attempts.
And
11.
Sanctuary doesn't go off. He's going to go ahead now and smite, which is going to be onto that unit because they're the closest. Okay, got it with an 8.
Attempt to deny. Last one with Aramon. It does not.
Okay. And he's got the rights, and you're not demons, so that's just 1 more to wound.
All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
All right. Yeah. So it's just 1 because of rights of banishment. So he's done. I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to this guy. He's going to go ahead and put a Vortex of Doom because he's going to be smiting that unit anyway, so might as well do a Vortex of Doom. It's Warp Charge 8, but I have +1. So I just barely get it with a 9.
And my attempt, I guess I'll do it with the Sorcerer, which he doesn't have any special attempt to denies additions.
The Esoteric Sight give him a +1 from any
Psychic test? Is deny a psychic test?
Yeah.
Oh, then he does have a +1.
And you got a 10. So
I got a 10.
Alright, and then lastly, Smite coming from the lone survivor. And with the +1, I got a 5. So that is enough for the baby version of Smite. You obviously have more denies left.
Yeah. Don't you also have 1 more smite from the big guy with the flag?
He can do 1 power.
Oh, he can only do 1 power.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think 1 more deny from the this guy right here, who's just the standard roll.
And you got...
I got a 9.
Okay. Alright, well, that's it for Psychic phase. On to shooting. I don't actually have a lot of shooting left. So I'll be starting off with this guy firing. It won't matter to them, so into them. He's within 12, so rapid firing, hitting on 3s with his Storm Bolter. 2 hits, but he is within range of Valdios for the rerolling 1s to hit. So 3 hits. Strength 4, so wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, no AP on a Storm Bolter.
Alright, and that'll be 2 6-up saves from me, which I do not make either of them. So that's 2 dead cultists.
Okay, and then Survivor's going to do the same thing. Hitting on 3s with 4 shots. 2 hits, and wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
1 6-up. No, that is a 3. Another dead cultist.
No, that's it for shooting. So on to charges. He's going to declare a charge.
And that's it?
Well, you have to Overwatch first.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so starting off the Overwatch with all of the Infernal Bolt Guns. So 8 shots hitting on 6s. 1.
That's all I need.
And wounding on a 4. No. And then the 4 shots from the Soul Reaper Cannon, hitting on 6s. 1.
Wounding on a 3.
Yes, wounding on a 3. That is a 3.
6-up save. Nope. Yeah, alright, well, I'm not declaring any other charges. Because it's like an 11-inch charge for him. And the other guy advanced, so.
Alright. And finishing up turn 1, actually, with the morale for this group of Chaos Cultists. With 5 gone, it's down to Leadership 1. So if I roll a 1, they stay. If I roll anything else, some leave. 4. So that's, what, 3 more gone?
Yep, 3 gone.
Dupe, dupe, and dupe. I said dupe. So 2 left. On to turn 2. 1,000 Suns. Alright, so 1,000 Suns turn to movement. Everyone just moved up. No advances to make. Not really anything special. They just shuffled. So on to Psychic phase, where I'm going to start off with Ahriman, doing Gaze of Fate. So Warp Charge 6. Got it with a 8, made 9. Would you like to attempt to deny?
For Gaze of Fate, no. I've only got 4 denies, so I'll save it for stuff that, you know, targets my guys.
Got it.
Slash really buffs your dudes.
Then he's going to do Tzeentch's Firestorm only affects a unit.
Yep, it's 1 unit.
Alright. Then in that case, why not? I'll throw it at the dude with the flag. I don't know which one of your guys has more wounds, or if they have the same wounds, but he's got a flag, so.
Yeah, Valdios has more wounds, I'm pretty sure.
Alright. But either way, I'll throw it at the guy with the flag. So, Tzeentch's Firestorm, Warp Charge, I believe, 7. So.
With the +1, got it.
Got it.
Alright, attempt to deny. Need an 8 or better. It's Firestorm, so it could do nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna save it for Smite, which can very much do a lot more easily.
Alright. So I need 9 dice for Tzeentch's Firestorm. 9 dice gets rolled. Any 6s does a mortal wound. 1.
Alright, I'll take it.
And the last thing he's going to be doing is just Smite on the same target. Nope, he has to do closest, which I think is still that same target.
Yeah.
So, Smite! Which is an 8. Made 9.
Yeah. Alright, attempt to deny. A 7. Yeah, definitely going into command point reroll this one. For another one, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, and it's just the D3.
Yeah, you didn't get an 11 or better.
1.
Alright, so he's taking 2.
And that's it for Ahriman's Psychic Powers. On to the Sorcerer with his Boon of Change.
Okay.
Or Boon of Mutation, sorry.
Yep.
Rolling for that.
Easily gets
10
it.
gets it. Well, 11 gets it.
Yeah, it's an 11. I'm not going to try to deny.
Yep. Would you mind grabbing the chart, and I'll roll for it. So a 5. So with the result of a 5, it is Prescient Foresight, which is essentially a 6-up Feel No Pain for him. So huzzah! And then he is going to be casting. Nothing needs temporal manipulation yet, so Smite on the flag bearer there. With a 5, made 6 because he's got the.
Yep. Please deny. And
3.
that's a 5, so no, it doesn't deny. And I've already used my reroll.
All right. How many wounds does he have left?
3. So you can kill him.
Okay. And that's it for him, and then on to the last.
You're gonna roll the D3 of mortal wounds.
Oh. 1.
Okay. He's got 2 left.
Sorry, missed a step. And
he's the one that only does 1 mortal wound.
yeah, I was focusing on the head. And lastly is going to be the Aspiring Sorcerer, just throwing Smite out. Got it with a 6.
Attempt to deny. And hey, look, I stopped the one that can only do 1 damage.
Alright, so that is the end of the Psychic phase. Moving on to Shooting, where I've got 2 dice in my hand, so I might as well start with that. They're rapid fire, right?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I need 2 more dice. So starting with the Chaos Cultist, firing at Flag Guy. What is his name?
Paladin Ancient.
Paladin Ancient?
Yeah.
Alright.
He's not a named character.
Ah! So 4 shots hitting on 4s. Missed with 1. Wounding on. Does he have a higher toughness?
I don't think it's like tough 6 or anything like that. I think it's, if anything, tough 5. Paladin Ancient. Nope, still tough 4. So wounding on 5s.
Wounding on 5s. 1 possible wound. No AP.
2-up save. Last command point. Got it.
I saw it. It was a 5. The camera might not have seen it, but I did. With this group, I'm going to be kind of splitting up my shots. I'm going to put 7 from the Infernal Bolt Guns into him, and 7 into him. And the Soul Reaper Cannon is just splitting up the 4 shots as well. And the pistol, there it is going to be going into the dude with the hammer. So starting with the Infernal Bolt Guns, 7 going into the Ancient, hitting on 3s. 1 miss. Wounding on, I believe, 4s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only tough 4.
And 3 miss, 3 possible wounds.
With AP -2, his 2-up becomes a 4-up. Which I make 2 of, so 1 wound. Down to 1.
Alright. Then I'll continue on with the other Infernal Bolt Guns into the other guy. Hitting on 3. 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. 2 possible wounds.
Alright. And his 2-up becomes a 4-up.
Moving on to the Soul Reaper Cannon. First 2 going into the Ancient. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on
A 3.
a 3. Possible wound.
5-up save. Nope, that's the Ancient done.
Alright, and then 2 shots from the Soul Reaper Cannon going into the Hammerman. Hitting on 3s. Hey, reroll. Nope. 1 possible, or 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. No. And then lastly, just a plain old pistol from him, hitting on 3s. Nope, reroll. That's a hit. Wounding on...
It's 4 still.
Okay. Wounding on 4s. 1 possible wound.
4-up save. Made it this time.
Alright.
Hey, I made a save this phase.
And then I think I'm in range to do his pistol and his plasma pistol. I'll find out now. Firing first with Ahriman into that guy there. 1 shot with his pistol, hitting on 2s. Hit, and wounding on 4s. No. Next is going to be the Sorcerer, who's firing his plasma pistol supercharged, because why not? He's going to be hitting on 3s. Hit, and wounding on 2s. Is it the wound where he explodes, or the hit where he explodes?
It's the hit.
Okay, so he just fails.
You want to spend a command point?
I
Got
will
to.
spend my Gaze of Fate.
Yeah, you got that too. Yeah. Alright, 4-up invul. Nope, and I'm sure that's 2 damage. So, down to 2.
Is it for shooting? And I'm just going to be declaring a charge with my rubrics into your last guy.
Alright. Overwatching with the Stormbolter, 4 shots, hitting on 6s. None? Okay, make the charge.
Alright. A 6.
That's probably
It
enough.
might be enough.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You need, a 6 gets you past base, so.
Okay. So I'll move everyone up. Here they are after the initial charge, but I'm going to be piling them in just that little bit, just so I can get the most in. And here they are after their little puddle in. I'm going to be opening up this string of attacks with the Force Stave, with its 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Neither of them do, so I'm going to spend a command point, see if I can get a... No. Alright, well, so 8 attacks from the rest of the unit going in, hitting on 3s. Yeah, never mind. They're way outside of 6 inches, so I don't even have to ask.
You still hit almost all of them.
Yeah, I missed 2, and then wounding on 4s. For 3 possible wounds.
Alright. 3 2-up saves. I still managed to fail one. I think every time I rolled the 2 up, I fail at least one. So he's down to 1 wound.
All right. Your attack's back.
All right. So he's got 5 attacks, swinging back with his special hammer. He's hitting on 2s. It's a good thing he hits on 2s.
Yeah.
So 5 hits. And then he is strength 8 with a hammer, so wounding on 2s. For 4 wounds, I don't got any command points to reroll. EP minus 3.
Okay, so
So
that's...
you have your 5 up invols.
Yes. Alright, so that's going to be 4 5-up invols, which I made 1. So that's just 3 dead rubrics, because...
Yep.
Blip, blip. Oh, I'm not going to be shooting that again. You're staying, and then you're going. And that should be the end of my turn.
Mm-hmm.
On to your turn 2.
Turn 2, not moving, staying in combat. So jumping straight into the psychic phase, and I'm going to start off with a Purge Soul.
Oh.
And I got it with a total of a 12.
Alright, that will be very difficult to attempt to deny, but I'm going to be doing it with the, starting it off with him, the Armon. That's a 4, I don't know where the other one went.
It's a 1.
It's a 1, so no.
In case you're wondering why Mike sounds weird, he got a bloody nose.
And now I've got something in my nose to stop it.
So, yes, doing it onto that squad. So, leadership versus leadership D6. I have a 15.
Alright,
You have a 9.
yay. How many leave?
How many over I got more than you? So 6 would flee from that unit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the unit.
No. That unit.
Oh, that unit.
You would have had a 10 over here.
Oh, got it. They're dead.
Yeah, I wanted to get 1 victory point.
Fair enough.
Alright, next psychic power, I'm going to go ahead and cast Sanctuary on myself.
Got a 3 and a 3.
Total of a 7, that is enough to get it.
Alright, my attempt. Once again with Aramon with a 10.
Alright, and lastly, he's going to go ahead and smite because his remaining psychic powers are no longer really useful. So, smiting. Yeah! I got a 6. Beat a 6 to deny.
Alright. Last one with Aramon, that's a 10.
Yep. Okay. He has no gun that he can shoot in the shooting phase while in melee, so going straight into the melee phase, swinging in, 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because he's nearby himself. So 5 hits, and then wounding on 2s.
What?
2 wounds, so 2 5-ups.
Alright, 2 5-ups then. That's a 1 and a 4, I believe.
Correct. So 2 will go down.
These 2.
Alright, I'll use Strike Back.
Alright. Well, I might as well just start with the 3 attacks from the standard Rubric Marines. Hitting on 3s.
All hit.
All hit. And, what is it, 4s?
Yep.
Wounding on 4s.
1.
1.
A 2-up save.
And then the 2 attacks from the Force Stave. Hitting on 3s. 1. And wounding on 3. Yes, wounding on 3s. Wound.
3-up save, because only AP minus 1 on it. Still alive.
Alright.
Alright, you lost not enough for your leadership 10 to be a difference. So it's on to your turn 3.
Alrighty then. Alright, so Thousand Suns turn 1. These guys moved. They stayed in combat. And I imagine I still sound a little weird. But anyway, on to Psychic Phase, where I'm starting with Gaze of Fate.
Easily get a 7.
Get it with a 7.
I'm not going to attempt to deny. I need to save all my denies for smites.
Damaging things.
Yeah.
And then my next thing is going to be Zinch's Firestorm at the only target.
Mm-hmm.
So going for a 7. That's a 5. Plus 1 is a 6. Does not go off. Next is going to be a Smite at the only target. And because I didn't say who this is from, it's from Aramon. I'm just going one model at a time. So that's a total of 11.
And he's dead. That's tabling.
That is effect tabling. You stuck in there with that last one.
Honestly, the characters from the Grey Knights can basically win a battle by themselves. It's the fact that I failed pretty much every time I rolled a 2 up, at least once. And you were doing so many high number smites.
Yeah.
That just got through. Also, those AP-2 guns are really brutal against Grey Knights that don't have a chance to get off Sanctuary.
True. Sanctuary is basically... Here's an invul.
Yeah, if they gain an invul if they didn't have one, and if they had one, it improves by 1. And that makes most of them have a 4-up or a 3-up invul.
Nice. Yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed. Have a good one.